We are live, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, back in the gantry.
Today we're joined with Abraz. Gamer master volume take komai. So we are more audible. To me, likho. Stream has begun.
Been a while. That I'm share agree. Stream take NSL Cup.
Ooh, আজকে double threat tonight. Oh, feels good. Feels good. NSL Cup is just getting bigger and bigger. And I have a feeling Abraz Dusty Heart their Niger volition দিছে.
No. I was praying for it. I'm not gonna lie. I was indeed praying for it, but it's definitely
not a planned move, is it? So, Abraz, you've been away. So I'm gonna start with an interview. You've been away for a while. So, what is life like as a viewer?
It's very, very different, man. Now I see what everybody else saw. I've sometimes, more to the cause of my shitty internet than your stream, have to watch it in potato quality, and it's difficult. It's a difficult lifestyle.
Yes, indeed. So,
And
no, I was just about to ask you. So how are you feeling for this season? How are you feeling?
honestly, not bad. David Miller, Moin Ali, Edu John are carrying me like crazy. Not bad from Raheem Cornwall either. Hazelwood not too bad either.
Yeah, so because if we look at the table, you're sitting at third, just below me actually, Haka.
A win today will take me top of the table.
It will take it top of the table. Because you're gonna go up in run rate as well. So and I think this group is getting very tight. It's very tight right now because
it is quite tight. The thing is, this time I'm having to experience something a little bit different, which is my match day bye is the very last match day 7.
So you have to do all the work.
I'm ahead of some people. I'm not necessarily ahead of people because I will not be playing a game on the last match day, and we know that last match day can change a lot of things. So not having a game there will be quite. I'm a lineup to Bolik too.
You're live here, yes.
Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna take Fazal Haq out again.
Okay, so
and
he's
I'm gonna
gone.
bring in Yasin Shah.
He was quite good, wasn't he?
He was quite good indeed. I'm also thinking. I'm really want to get rid of somebody for Rinku Singh. I just don't know who.
Okay. Rinku Singh, yeah, he hasn't made his debut yet.
He hasn't, but the thing is, like,
I don't think it's worth it because like you've got a pretty solid batting lineup. I mean, Nisanta has been solid as well, so I don't really know if it's
has been solid. I want to get rid of Alex Hales, but I'll give him one last chance today.
One last chance today. Yes.
He can't do it against the Nuts. He can't do it against anybody. So
that's
I'll give him one
that's a valid statement. Tashfiq, is he in the stream?
I don't think so because let me take a look.
Comments দেখো আছে নাকি?
Take খুলছি comments. 0 comments. 0 viewers.
ভাই এটা কি একটা অবস্থা পোলাটা বললো গেম দিতে.
The one viewer is me. Let me call.
And আজকে double gantry is insane.
Crazy.
ভাবছিলাম আজকে একটা electrifying event হবে. We had 7 viewers last game, you know what I mean? Like
it was 9 at one point, unless some of them were you.
No, it was just no, it was I only account for 1, so. Oh, Tashfiq says yo. He's in. Alright.
He's in. Welcome Tajdeed. Halftime innings break at Tashfiq or interview like that.
By Discord to open. Whoever joins the channel, they're gonna be in the stream. Election feels ki aajke boys. He has a different agenda.
7th of Jan election.
It's crazy to think that Joy Bangla Jeet Babar Noka, that song was 5 years ago. Like, yeah.
5 years.
Yeah, dude. Because like Bangladesh elections are every 5 years, so that was 5 years ago.
Really...
So that's absurd. Half a decade. 2019 was half a decade. Our O levels were half a decade. Where are we now after 5 years playing NSL Cup?
NSL Cup never goes.
It never goes, and it only gets bigger. It only gets bigger.
Only indeed. Now.
আচ্ছা তাশফিক তো কিছু বলতেছে না.
Who is this Adam Smith?
Oh, it's my account.
Oh, just. Okay, we have 4 people in here.
Yes.
You and me. 2 of them are Tashfik and somebody else. So I think we can begin.
Yeah, so Tashfik is not saying anything with his lineup, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't want Kimo Paul and Ebadot Hossein playing. So that's all good. I'm gonna go to match settings. Stadium home. I forgot to give a name for your stadium, but it is your home stadium.
My stadium is
it is
Sydney.
Yeah, it is Sydney. I'm pretty sure.
It's not the Sydney Grey, the Manuka Oval.
Manuka, yeah, it is Manuka. Yeah, if you look at it, it's a custom name. I always give it a custom name, like what's it called again? Yes. The Crazy Cave or something like that.
I'll call mine. I'll call it. Fuck, I don't know, man.
Acha, what weather do you want to play in? Summer, autumn, or spring? Yeah, we'll play it in an autumn morning. Umpire A is Erasmus with Alim Dar. So we're gonna do the pitch settings. Pitch to me bolla ki dusty hard, right?
Dusty hard indeed.
Yes, dusty hard. Pitch age. Do you want to play that one?
No.
So
let it be day 1.
Day 1. Okay. Pitch cracks none. Pitch wear rate normal. We need to bring these 3 more variables in, and I have an interesting way of doing this. Okay. So next game, I'm gonna ask the players pick a number between 1 and 10, and I'll cycle it accordingly.
Pitcher age ta badha de.
Oh, Tashfik is here.
Oh,
pitcher age ta badha.
The fit is in the gantry.
Oh, trip.
Acha, game shuru kar.
Game start. The jerseys are looking bright today.
আজকে যদি win না হয় অবস্থা শেষ.
Tashfik is currently on 2 L's in a row. He's on
no, but I do have a game in
loss
hand.
record. You do have a game in hand.
So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at the Manuka Oval. The no smoking sign is visible. So Samin is outside the stadium right now. And the Brahmanbaria Bhoots are here with the Noakhali Naughties. We have a triple threat tonight.
This is a classic, might I say. It was the first ever semi-finals of NSL Cup. Season 1, the Nuts versus the Bhoots. The Bhoots took the win on that one as they won the whole tournament, but the Nuts haven't seen semi-finals since then.
And the coin is flicked by Kane Williamson. Noakhali Nuts calls a head. And it's gonna be a head indeed. What are they gonna pick tonight? It's sunny at Manuka. 36 degrees. They've chosen to bat first.
Of course. Nothing says otherwise. 36 degrees. And a pure hard track. You have to be batting first. Get that bowling team tired.
So there we have Jason Roy is opening it up for the Nuts. It's a good shot, but kept in.
What a shot. Disgusting shot.
So Abraz, I'm gonna ask you, so what would be a good score for you from the bowling end that you feel confident in chasing tonight?
Anything less than 100 is gonna be obviously amazing.
This ran away for 4.
110-ish, not more than that.
So 110 is what you want to keep it.
Like I said, my opening batsman and my top order, a collapse is always inevitable.
Yes, indeed. You know, we can never be too sure. Josh Hazelwood with a loud shout.
Out.
Finger goes up.
Oh man.
1 Tashfik is not happy.
Look at that. Oh my god, did I just see Raheem Cornwall try to get on the back of Josh Hazelwood?
Oh, they've
That
taken a
would ruin
review.
his shoulders.
They've taken a
I
review.
think
Do
this
they
is the
know
umpire's
something we
call,
don't?
actually.
Oh, pitching outside off.
Ah, there we go. It's umpire's call, so it's gonna be out.
Man.
It is out. So I must say, Abraz right now, the only reason he doesn't have too much energy is because he's hiding in his relative's house. So he doesn't want...
Right, in Auntie's place, I will be streaming next game onward. No
Next
worries.
game, when he's in the gantry, we're going to have the commentary back at full force. This was just a tester. But anyway, the nuts are collapsing. Oh, but a Butterfingers from Moeen Ali.
Run out.
They've taken a quick single. So, Tashfiq, what are you feeling right now? Jason Roy is gone. But he's been gone almost every game. So I don't think that makes any difference.
Bro, I need a new team, man. Hey, mid-auction when, bro? Mid-season auction.
Transfer window. So Josh Hazelwood bowling his final ball. And it's gonna
Sam,
be
I was actually wondering this. Cricket 24, is it possible to change the teams mid-season, and would it then automatically change in the tournament mode? Or is it like once you're in the tournament mode?
Oh, you mean if it's locked in, or
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
We can test that out right now. We can actually test that out.
We could test it out, just because then maybe for next season a mid-season
Transfer window, yeah. So a
window
lot
might not be bad.
lot of things coming because we're talking about legends coming back. We're talking about player retention and more players. So this could be a transfer
Trying to
window.
say, the man on screen right now, the most expensive player this season. Is
Yes.
top of the charts as well for player of the series, and he's been showing that he is his money's worth. I would like to see him do a little bit better with the bat, but with the ball, he's been very, very decent.
Quite indeed. I'm gonna reduce the game sound just a little bit here, because so they're not bombarded with the sounds of the crowd, the fans here. So Storm Blundell to Moeen Ali. Flicked away. So he's a bit conservative, Ali, isn't he? I think a wicket and you'd be a happy camper. So Abraz, I'm gonna ask you right now. So what is your prediction for Moeen Ali this game? Like in terms of bowling and running. Because he's starting with the ball now. He's gonna consider boundary. Cornwall can't get to that.
Taskeen is in the gantry.
He's in the gantry, so we're having a lot of people join us.
I apologize. He's in the stadium watching the game. It's called it the Pfizer Derby.
Oh, damn. A bit of bars.
You were asking my predictions for Moeen Ali. It's a difficult one, Sam. I think with the ball, he started well, but he's conceded that one boundary. I'll take it for the time being. And look at that. That is the dedication you need in the field. Wicketkeeper Rishabh Pant.
Yes, indeed. So Hazelwood has been brought back on because he did get that wicket in the first one. And that's one of the...
is a catch from Cornwall.
Yes, indeed. And
he's taken a couple of really good catches this season already. He's in the slips at the moment, one of the few places where he can field. You don't need to run a lot.
So what I noticed, Abraz, this season is that a trend that is when a bowler does well and gets a wicket, he's immediately brought back on because they want to add pressure. That's what I've noticed. So that's a very continuous trend, and it's a smart decision from the captaincy. And we're just gonna see.
I hope. He's played for me as well in the past, but I think in general he is a legend of the of the Noakhali Nuts. He's a player they always try to retain.
Yes,
He's,
indeed.
Also has one of the highest scores ever in NSL Cup history. I think 81 he scored back in season 2.
Oh, I think
it was season 1 as well.
So Shy Hope. Wow, it's I completely forgot about that statistic because actually I think it was Babar Azam with the century, wasn't it, in the first season?
Yes, Azam has the highest score for sure.
Yeah.
It was that century against the Brahmanbaria Bhoots.
Mind you, it's almost crazy to think that you can score a century in a 10-over game, as we've said, those were early days back then. It was completely different game. Sort of, it's like Don Bradman stats. Do you verify it? Do you not? You never really know.
Welcome Umar Ali Khan into the stadium. The DOHS owner.
Yes, he's
DOHS
here.
Destroyers currently have a bye this match day. They started off really well with a win against the Naughties and Kurigram before losing against the almighty Let Sexies.
The Sexy, they just had their first loss yesterday to the Stallions nonetheless. And I just want to bring it up. So the Stallions this season, wow, what a team. What a team, huh? Because they've been trolled around for the past 2 seasons.
Well, they have indeed, and it's good to see that they're trying to turn it around, whereas some other teams like the Nuts.
I'm just going to stop you here because Shy Hope has just hit a monstrosity. It's gone.
Well, distract me, you have done correctly, Sam, because I was just about to diss the Nuts. And they have hit this monstrosity of a 6.
So the Nuts, they're still trying to chase
I feel a wicket coming. Hey, what's interesting? Mohammad Siraj bowls like Umar Gul. Look at the action.
Yeah, it is indeed Umar Gul. It's also Stuart Broad. Sorry, I think in the game this is the Stuart Broad
animation.
Animation, yes.
I think the worst animation by far, but very realistic, is Bumrah's, because he takes ages, doesn't he, to run up to the crease. Takes a sweet time.
A lethal trash can says, hope they hit it towards Cornwall often. Love watching that man run.
The sponsor tonight on the board, in case you haven't noticed.
There he is right there.
Oh, that's the man, he gets the ball. But the sponsor tonight on the board, in case you guys haven't noticed, is KFC. It pops up from time to time, so Cornwall might find some inspiration to run after the ball as it goes towards the boundaries. And oh man, Tom Blundell tried to hit that. Couldn't really connect it. So Yasir Shah, he's been your latest addition to the lineup, hasn't he? He's been dropped the bench.
Absolutely. I brought him on after the first game instead of Fazal Haq Faruqi. And he's been doing well. And just as we say that, the curse of the commentators.
Yes, I think the curse might be double today, considering there's 2 of us and 1 silent partner, Tashfiq, who's enjoying the game.
Nah, I'm just here, bro. My voice hurts.
Coming back and forth.
Don't worry, Tashfiq. We're gonna have a halftime or like an innings break interview between you two, asking.
No, it's okay. It's okay. What a shot! I will be here. Hey, Sam, can you do the can you do the Indian accent commentary, please?
What the?
Okay, bro.
You know what? Speaking of the Indian accent commentary, I'd like to make a special mention for Joshua Jokers, who are once again showing the L team they are, with multiple losses already. They've had a bye first match day, a loss to Cox's Bazar, and then a loss to Noah Khalim Naughties. But more than that, the bigger L is their owner is always missing.
That is very true. He's always missing, but he's always seen with his Indian roommates on his Snap stories.
It's crazy. This
Okay,
guy, he had a bye in match day 1, and normally when teams have byes, their aim is they want their game immediately because they miss watching their team play. This guy had the last game, and looks like for this match day they will also have their last game once again.
No. What is the full form of bye, by the way?
Actually, I have no idea.
We have a full form for it. Ooh, Rakeem.
So the big man
on with the ball.
Is that a stumping? Is that a stumping? We're gonna have to go upstairs. We're gonna have to go upstairs to see this.
I think he's made it back in.
I think he's
made it
just
back
made
in.
it back.
He's quick like me.
Oh no, never mind. It's millimeters.
The line counts. You have to be fully behind the line. This might be an OUT.
This game that's not out, man.
It's Rakeem, the dream.
So so the owner of the Nuts is quite pissed off with that, but on comes the man who's lethal as ever, Fucker Zaman. I don't think he's had a bad season. You know what I mean? He's one of those players who's never had like a bad season. He either has a very good season or like an okay, like a fine season. Like he's doing his job as a batsman. That's one thing I've noticed with Fakhar Zaman, and you can see why. He's starting it off with a 6 immediately on his second ball. So what a shot.
Look at that. Captain coming over to talk to his man.
Is that Williams?
I don't know why he's as tall as Rakeem Cornwall in that little animation.
That's quite true. Yeah, this is Williamson, Tashfik as his captain. And lays down beautifully.
Oh, that is beautifully placed. He's just cut that and knows there's 100% chance of that going for a boundary.
A lethal trash can has said need a Fakhar Zaman compilation. Yes, indeed. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking of doing a Tamim Iqbal compilation. I was thinking because the first game he was a duck, right? And second, then he just did his 78. But given yesterday's duck as well, I don't know if that should be appropriate right now. So yeah, I was looking forward to make a. Yeah.
Can we just talk about this season? You're talking about the Sector 10 Stallions having a comeback after being shit-talked for many seasons in a row.
Yes, yes.
I think a very similar thing can be said about individual players this season.
I agree.
You look at Virat Kohli, you look at Ben Stokes, you look at Hashmatullah Shahidi, Shikhar Dhawan, all these players. You know, the only one that's still how he always was is Temba Bavuma, who I'm very excited to see bat today. Oh no, he's not.
He's not in this team. He's in short program, and he hasn't played a single game, mind you. So, and I think that's for all the right reasons. But right now, as we were carried away with our conversations, the Noakhali Nuts have just cranked it up a notch, haven't they? They've been getting some boundaries.
Hey, shut up, man. They're gone this ball.
So wide as it comes. Moeen Ali, he needs to fix something because this isn't his usual performance at the moment. He's been a bit more expensive than he would have wanted.
Cornwall pixel count darkar. Eta MATLAB bhore ekta ber kor Umar. Take a screenshot, MATLAB pixel count diye dekh. How many pixels he takes up.
Hey, we should actually do something to increase viewership. I can't lie. I think people would come and watch this.
I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, Instagram, you can pay for.
Oh, that's an out! That's as thick as it goes. Fakhar Zaman has to go now. So no, as we were saying, because this is out as day. So no, because when it comes to viewership, I think cricket is the most popular on Facebook. First of all, because that's how we found this, haven't we?
It is indeed, and it's funny because we just ran into it. We never
we just ran into it. It's not like we actively searched.
It's very easy to make this thing popular in Bangladesh. I can't lie.
Yeah, exactly. So if we start sharing to Bangladeshi pages, Indian pages, because that's the fan base. That's the people who watch it. It's not gonna be like
guys,
Tom.
I have a really sick idea. I'm sure there's like a Facebook page called Brahmanbaria, something like where people from Brahmanbaria are from there.
Yeah.
What if I just
Yeah, that's dude, very possible. Very possible.
You can actually build like fan bases.
Yeah, that's very possible. I think the next step forward, because so far this season is what we could say the season of innovation, right? A lot of innovative talks are happening, and we're trying to make this go big. So that is definitely an option. And Shy Hope here, being the hope for the Nuts. He's got a very good strike rate after his partner Fakhar Zaman was disposed. And Bracewell is the player who I don't really know how to feel about. And it's Cornwall brought back on. Oh, that was a good edge that could have gone anywhere. You see that slide from Cornwall?
An earthquake.
Brace for the best.
Definitely. Over here at the Manuka Oval, the ground was shaking as Cornwall fell. Wider than Tajdeed, says Taskeen, and wider than Cornwall. That was Moeen Ali's wide that I think Bashar was making the comment about. So it's 2 dots for Cornwall. I think my hot take. Oh my God! Is this the leg up?
Lazy work. That is lazy from the batsman. He went dancing down and decided not to come back.
Oh man, that's gone.
He thought he could do a moonwalk. No,
concept of space, spatial awareness 0 in that particular instance. As Michael Bracewell departs.
So
Mohamed Nabi averaging 5, Raheem Cornwall with 2 stumpings.
You know, my hot take for the Boots is, I think Cornwall is your best bowler. That's what
Might actually be.
That's
Except for that one over he had against the Chattogram Chuts.
That's
he
true.
Gave away lots of runs.
That's very true. But I will say, you know, even though, you know, all eyes are on Moeen Ali, he's leading the player of the series. But that's because he also had some work with the bat as well. You're not the best, but he did have some work with the bat. And I think.
I also put a big shout out to my wicketkeeper, Matthew Wade. He has the highest number of catches in the tournament so far, and 2 stumpings in this game so far.
And that was
just 1 run from the over, man. What a team!
So
incredible.
Just 1 run coming from that one, as Mohammad Siraj swiftly brought back on, bowling to Mohammad Nabi, the battle of the Mohammeds. Who's gonna come out on top?
The greatest Siraj moment in NSL Cup has to be that game between Dhaka. I think it was Dalbhat at the time.
Yes. It's one that's.
And the Chattogram Chuts.
It's really scarred the team. It really scarred the team, that one. There's been a lot of changes ever since, you know. Dhaka, they also made it to the finals after that one, but arguably in the most controversial finals known to mankind.
I have to say, though, for those of you who are some of our newer teams, I'll give you a little story. So it was Sam versus Tanzim in the semi-finals.
And it's a wicket has fallen. So Mohammad Siraj.
Get this man out.
So Mohammad Siraj wins the battle of the Mohammeds over here. After 3 dots and getting a wicket, and Mohammad Nabi continues to be, I'd say, the worst bowler for the worst batsman.
The worst bowler, the worst batsman, worst player of this season.
So right now the knots.
Adil Rashid versus Moeen Ali today. Muslim brethren.
That's gonna be big to see. They're 2 sides of the same coin, Moeen and Adil. You know, both English, both all-rounders, and both key players in their respective teams.
Jules, mind you, the most important one.
That's true. That is very true. This time.
So as I was saying, a bit of a story time.
Yes,
Season 2, semi-finals, NSL Cup. Chattogram Chutias versus Dhaka. Last over, they need 12 runs to win of 6, Dhaka. It was Balbirnie batting and Siraj bowling for the Chutias, and he bowled a maiden over in the last over.
It was a 12 runs, swing and a miss.
Considered extremely easy.
It was a swing and a miss every ball. That was a season where we saw the last 2 overs as, you know, like when you're in a comfortable position, then it's almost guaranteed for you. And Shy Hope now trying to push this up as much as possible. Right now.
That's a brilliant shot. The reverse sweep lofted over the covers.
And
I think Yasir Shah has been poor today. Both of his overs. First one went for 15 and he's got 2 boundaries immediately right now.
I agree. And this time scooped up behind him.
This should be gone.
And oh my god!
Oh no. He's had a blinder, Matthew Wade. I was just complimenting him.
He's had a blinder. We're gonna have to see that once again.
Reminds me of the Saeed Ajmal Misbah Haq moment.
So here we have it.
That one was taken, that catch.
It was just, look at the shadow. It's right next to him. It's actually behind him, because Matthew Wade, he has his head down. He has his head down here. And he has no idea where that ball went until he just saw it on the ground right there. Cornwall just catching that. So Matthew Wade, a bit poor from him. But how many runs is that going to cost? We're going to have to watch here. So clearly it's 6 to start off.
At least 6 of them.
Oh my god.
At least 6 extra runs given because of that blunder.
And you know, in NSL Cup, every run matters. Every run matters.
Every run does indeed matter, especially when you know my top order is going to be out for only 20 runs. It's going to be 20 for 6 and I come to bat. So these are going to be difficult runs to make up for. Oh dear, 20 runs of this over already.
Back to back, Yasir Shah. Arguably, he's kind of fumbling his seat in the team at the moment. He's given 35. Shy Hope just one run away from his 50. And it's going to be a wicket.
Just a flighted delivery.
Yes, indeed.
Shy Hope is half century.
Shy Hope is not going to be happy with that. Yasir Shah gets a consolatory wicket. But is that going to be enough to convince you to keep him in the lineup is the question. We're going to have to see here. There we go. Adil Rashid walks up.
We didn't get a little bit of an innings break analysis here, Sam.
Yes, indeed. We're going to have an innings break analysis. So, well done. So over here, what we saw is that, since it's a dusty pitch, you'd expect the spinners to do very good. And I think Cornwall has done good, but it was Yasir Shah who was a bit disappointing, I'd say. Actually, more than a bit disappointing. He gave 35. What do you have to say for that?
It's unfortunate. We were complimenting him before the game. He's been one of my best players so far in this tournament. Won me the game single-handedly. My second game, which was against Chattogram. However, I have to say here, I think the total seems like it should be decent. The only thing I'm a little worried about is that top order. They're yet to perform. They are yet to perform in this tournament. Every now and then we have one or the other doing well. It's usually Moeen Ali or David Miller or someone standing up. We've even seen Yasir Shah stand up, but that top order really needs to perform today. Williamson, Hales, Nisanka. We need to see something good from them. Anything less than a strong win here from the Boots will be disappointing from my perspective.
I agree.
Sorry, against the Nuts.
I agree. So one thing which I've noticed is that your team has batting depth. It has a lot of batting depth, a lot of players to come. But I think eyes are going to be on Jason Roy. Sorry, not Jason Roy. Who do you have on your side?
Alex Hales.
Alex Hales, yes. The other counterpart. Hales and Roy. So you have Alex Hales. So eyes are going to be on him. I'd say the only
Look
good
at that.
season.
6 matches, 0 runs. He hasn't scored a run yet.
That is interesting. That is a stat and a half.
Yet to score a fucking run.
So Alex Hales, the only season he's been stellar was the one with Kurigram. And oh man, nearly chopped it onto his own wood.
Today is his day to perform. I said if he can't do it against the Nuts, he can't do it against anybody. So if he needs to win today if he wants to retain his spot. Or else we might see Rinku Singh taking his spot.
Yeah, Rinku Singh yet to make his debut. So Hales, he's gonna get his run virginity with a double over here. So he's off the mark in the NSL Cup with 2.
The thing I want to see from the Bhuts today is just some consistent batting. That we don't need a collapse early on. Just keep it slow. You don't need a big run rate. Just keep it steady and win confidently.
That's quite true, because I think in your first game, which was against Dhaka, it was the commentator derby and the host derby in the beginning. We saw a collapse, and at the end, it was the batsmen. They were just a bit too shaken up. There were too many dots, and it just cost you the game, that didn't it?
That did indeed cost me the game, and the same collapse happened against both the Chuts and the Kushtia Kanki in my next 2 games.
That's true.
That's been the disappointing bit.
So a very good delivery, that one. Could have easily crashed onto the furniture in the back, but Hales disposes that. So it's just 6 of the first one, 1 ball to go. Think you'd be pleased with a boundary, wouldn't you?
Wouldn't mind one for sure, Sam. Oh, almost chopping it on. Good catch from the keeper back behind.
So
Matt Henry.
So yes, indeed. So Hales, even though he did get all the runs in that, I think he's a bit shaky still. He's a bit shaky.
Milner's been good. He's taken 2 wickets in his 2 games.
So we can
start off. Might need a bit more from him today, the Noakhali Nuts. They'll be looking up to him as one of the main frontline pacers of the team.
Yes, indeed. And Nisanka, he's been a surprise this season, hasn't he? He's been a treat.
He has. I'm just waiting for one of them at least to be putting on a big score. You know, like a 50 plus. My team has yet to see a half century. The closest we got was David Miller's 48 not out.
I think this season was a season of surprises. And oh my god, that would have been a blinder of a catch. Butterfingers.
I think that's one of the first major catch drops we've seen. It was a little difficult.
I agree. I wouldn't say because not major, because we did see that we've seen some dummies like that Matthew Wade scenario.
I mean, difficult ones. The difficult chances.
Yeah, no, this catch was in his hands, but I think this slipped through. It was a good dive, good reflex. He's gonna beat himself up over that one.
Might I say, Alex Hales is losing his spot every ball here.
Because he's not confident, is he? Right there, it's another dot.
And,
so
perhaps he needs to push that up, because at the moment, what an over from Adam Milne.
Just
very,
one run.
Very economical he's been in this tournament so far already.
Just
even in
one
the first 2 games. And is that over the top? It is. So a comforting boundary in the end. Brahmanbari have decided that this game they won't lose wickets. They'll just take it slow and steady. Now, is that something to be afraid of? Because I do rely on my late order. Perhaps losing wickets might not be a bad thing. As the only left-arm leg spinner in the world currently, Kuldeep Yadav comes in. I don't know what they're appealing for there.
I think that's a bit of sledging. They're trying to get the cool out of Nisanka off. And once again, a similar shot. Ooh! He thought about it. He thought about it.
Indeed. Oh, look at that. Rivals no more this season. The Noakali's teams are supporting each other.
Because I think that's because they're in different groups. They're in different groups this time around.
They want to meet in the knockout stages. Maybe that's where the rivalry will start.
Yes, it's.
I have to say, this is a very, very important game for the Nuts, because if they lose this, it's going to be 3 L's out of 3, and they only have 3 games left, and they're going to all be pretty much must wins, because it's very difficult to win with go through with only 2 wins. So they're going to probably have to win all 3 if they lose today. So an important game for the team in yellow.
So once again now, Kuldeep Yadav, he was off to a good start. All of a sudden, it's just turned around here with those 2 boundaries. And Alex Hales, he's making it loud and clear. He wants to stay in the team.
There we go. 3 very similar shots. 3 of the exact same results. Wearing that proud badge that says 1 on the shoulders. The Season 1 champions Brahmanbari boots. A lethal trash can says Bhoot needs some wickets. Very true. Very true.
And here comes Zampa. Because look at the required run rate.
In this team, Adil Rashid, Adam Zampa, Kuldeep Yadav.
That's what I was going to say. See, now that, because spinners were doing very well in the beginning of the game when we had the medium settings, if you remember. They were doing quite well. But since then, it's been, because I'd say it's been more batting pitches, right? Yuvendra Chahal.
More batting pitches indeed.
Yuvendra Chahal, arguably the best bowler this season. So
he had that 3-4-3. I forgot against which team, but that was the best game he had as well.
Not really. No, the last game he had a 4-for. He had a 4-for last game.
A 4-for.
Yeah.
Must have missed it.
Yeah, you missed that one. That was his best. He just gave. I think he gave. It was a very high-scoring game, mind you, like 150. It was against Cox. 115, so he just gave away 17 in his 2 spells, but he got a 4-for.
Oh, he missed the stumps, the keeper.
Yeah, he missed the stumps, but even if he hit it, I don't.
I think Alex Hales took too much time.
I agree. So it's poor. It's poor from the Nuts here. The Nuts' legacy of being the trolled-on team might live on if they keep this up. They need a breakthrough right now, and I think Hales is gonna be the target man at the moment. It's going to be a single. So just 10 off it. But still, that's more than they would have wanted, the Nuts.
I think I'm just going to look forward, Sam, a little bit after this game. Noakali Nuts have Dhaka right after this. They play you.
Ooh.
And then they play Chattogram. And then they end it off against Kushtia. Do you see them winning those games?
Now, as the owner of Dhaka, I'm gonna speak a bit unbiasedly here. But if you saw the last game of Dhaka, you know what I mean. Shubman Gill, Gaikwad, Root, that top order of Dhaka, it's deadly. It's deadly. So I think their game with Dhaka is going to lie on the top order. So unless the bowling is on point, it's lights out for the Nuts in that game. So...
You know, that brings me to my next question, Sam. Do you think that the owner of Noakhali Nuts needs to bring back the reverse lineup? You know, last time the Noakhali Nuts lost all their early group games, they brought that on and that tactic worked out.
It's a Noakhali specialty, the reverse lineup. The only team to ever do it, and the only team to win by doing so. And I think that game was against the Cox, if I'm not wrong, where he first did that. The Ancelotti, the famous Ancelotti picture he sent. And so this game right now is just running away for the Nuts here. But one thing...
Can you believe that season was 2 years ago? It was 2022.
Yeah, I know. I was going through my personal chats, trying to find, I think, an old picture. And I came across the lineup, one of my old lineups, and I saw the date. It was 2022, and I'm like, oh man, season 2, that was a while ago, wasn't it? So...
Indeed.
Time flies. Time flies. But even though, coming back to the game, as, you know, your team is crushing it at the moment, I'd like to bring up a stat.
Has really taken my words to, it's taken it to heart.
That is true. It's 50 between them.
It's a 50 partnership, which is something very, very rare for Brahmanbaria.
But no, one thing I'd like to say is that this is the first wicket. Yes, it is.
Oh, straight to the fielder, not timing it, Alex Hales.
I think he's
Adam Zampa gets his man.
I think this is a bit too excited, Hales. I think he's got a bit too excited.
Yeah, just not timing that one. It was a slider. A little bit more pace on it from Adam Zampa. And on comes someone from the 90 club who averages 4.67 this tournament.
So, anyway, Umar has had a comment saying that, oh man, I think he's taking that to heart, isn't he? So he's going to start off with a 4. But Umar said, Acha, is Nuts the worst team of all time? Question mark. Shudin is shitty mid. And Uzi made it to playoffs one time. But Nuts is like always shit. Is what the DOHS are saying. What do you have to say for that?
They made semifinals one time. But that was like we've been saying, season 1, where things were different. Remember, there were only 8 teams in that tournament. So you had a 50% chance of making it through to the semifinals. I think it's a difficult one. We possibly are the shittiest team. I think a lot of things can be said about the Select Sexies. They are, although doing decent this time, made playoffs once. They are also quite a shitty team. This time round, the two boyfriends, Noakhali Nuts and Joshua Jokers, have 100% loss record together.
That's true.
If you take a look at the worm.
Yeah, I just want to come to this because
it was a steep climb towards the end for the Noakhali Nuts.
No, because that's what I wanted to mention, is that the Nuts, as Umar made in the comments, they were at 60 at 6 overs, as you can see on the graph there, just about.
And then that's when it started going downhill.
Yeah.
It started going flat after that.
Yeah, you see the graph leveling out. Yeah. So now your one is a bit more linear, but like I said, you know, if your team has a similar situation like the Nuts, it could be tight. It could be tight. That's all I have to say now. So
Skeen says boyfriend derby lacto to see who is worse this season, the Joshua Jokers or the Noakhali Nuts.
Unfortunately, they're on two sides. So that is that. So, oh my god, Williamson now picking up the pace here. He's smacking Adil Rashid. Adil Rashid has been one of the key bowlers for the Nuts this season. And he needs to do a miracle right now. Is 33 from 23. It's not looking good at the moment. Ooh!
Oh, there's the wrong one. Spun the other way and the finger goes up.
Game. Captain Kane.
Brilliant googly from Adil Rashid. It spun like an off-spinner's ball, tricking Williamson completely. And look at the spin on that on this dusty-ass pitch.
I agree. We've seen a lot of, because last game was also dusty. Remember Shamsi? The way it was turning, it was quite one to watch. And Adil Rashid here is now facing Moeen, his counterpart.
The English Huzoors. You know, Sam, I had the great opportunity last week to visit Lord's Cricket Ground.
So the finals are going to be played of the NSL Cup.
Semi-finals, right? Finals is in the NSL Arena.
Oh, yes. I forgot about our own stadium. Yes, the semi-finals. Yes, the Lords.
Of course, yes. But, you know, when I was in the stadium, I was in the dressing room and I happened to be sitting at the spot exactly where Adil Rashid was sitting during the finals of the Cricket World Cup in 2019.
What a place to be that.
It was indeed. And then I sat on two particular places. That was one of them. The other one was where, that same spot was where Johnny Bairstow sat during the last Ashes game.
Man, oh man. Bairstow, yeah. I want to talk about him. And before I do, Nissanka.
And indeed talk about Nissanka. Started a little bit slow, but that's 6.
Actually, you know, before we go to the Bairstow topic, I wanted to say this before. Nissanka, Hiramane, Asalanka, Samawikrama. These 4 stars out of nowhere are shining in the NSL Cup.
Doing good this time. I think in overall the Asian players are starting to turn it up. The Indians, the Sri Lankans.
Yes, the trend, the old trend that,
even the Afghans, Rahmanullah Gurbaz.
Yeah, I agree. So I think the old trend, which was that, you know, if you're English, you're gonna do well. It's almost gone. It's died down. And right now it's anyone's game. It's just individual talent all across the globe.
Absolutely. However, Mohammad Nabi is one Afghan player who is still not really being able to get his groove. He's probably one of the, if not the greatest Afghan player of all time. Rashid Khan is obviously going to surpass that.
I agree.
He hasn't already.
I agree. So Nabi is definitely up there, and he was very good before, but I think a drop in performance as of late. As I say that, the finger is up.
Possibly a bit too late, but it's a wicket nonetheless. Confidence really matters. And 1 wicket can be 2, and 2 can be 3, and then you never know which way the game goes. As Matthew Wade comes on, he's been a little poor as well, as it has been the rest of the top order of my team.
Ooh.
This one was a pacier delivery, 95.6 kilometers an hour.
Now, I'm going to say something. If the Boots don't win this over, which I feel like they might given the way things are going, Nabi bowls the last one. So...
yeah, you don't know. You never know what can happen.
So that's all I have to say here. It's only 8 from 11. And
a couple of shots away at the moment, though, Brahmanbaria Bhoots.
Yeah, I agree. It's just 4 from 11.
I'm very happy with my openers today, Nissanka and Alex Hales. Both of them live to see another day.
I agree. I think we have just 1 game left in this match day, and that's Jokers versus Crazy Kurigram. And I think this is out.
The air could be gone. And Nissanka will make sure that he cannot remain not out throughout the entirety of the innings. Rashid with a wicket. And Mr. Rishabh Pant, who hasn't been the same since his car crash.
But he is gonna finish it off in style with a boundary. So it's a successful chase for the Boots. I can imagine that you're ecstatic here.
Ecstatic indeed, Sam, especially because this means that the Boots go back to the top of the table.
Yes, indeed.
They will remain top of the table until the next match day. I'm not sure if... I think probably it can be overtaken by Tangail if they win their next game and have a good enough net run rate. But it's Shy Hope who's got the man of the match. I think, you know what, I think that's deserved, because if it wasn't for Shy Hope, this game would have been over long ago. He's the one who at least brought a little bit of oomph to this game.
Yes, brought some life. Everyone else has been disappointing on the nuts end. Blundell, not a high enough strike rate. Same with Fakhr Zaman, gone prematurely. Adil Rashid couldn't play much of the ball. But on the other end, Hales, Nisanka, good partnership. Moen Ali, premature. Same with Williamson. But it was just 2 players is what you need when your score is below 100 and it's a low 90. So that's all I have to say here.
The theme says Abraz knew he was winning it. Lethal Trashcan says bro was chilling. Honestly, I think this was a game that I was hoping to win. I will say though, in the past, last season, the Nuts did defeat the Boots in a really, really close encounter. Pat Cummins was their bowler, and he bowled a wonderful over in the last over to prevent a chase. So 3 wins in a row, however, right now for me. And with a net run rate of 0.7. So yes, indeed, the Nunus versus the Testicles. That game has already happened. Apologies. So I think I will not be overtaken.
That's true, but I wouldn't be too hot because Dhaka's hot on the tails if they win the next game.
Absolutely, we've got a game in hand.
We have a game in hand, and it's against the one who's the poorest in form, the Nuts. So that's to look out for. I think we're done with this match day, are we? Yes, we are.
Done with this match day. We still obviously have the L Team Joshua Jokers game on the other side.
That's the. I mean, like that game. I just no comments on that. When are we gonna get? Even Crazy Kurigram has been a little bit absent, more than usual. But
yeah, I agreed.
Yeah, no, Joshua.
They were there ecstatic with their win against Sector 10 last match day, but gonna have to show up soon.
So yeah, so right now, the L owner, Sarjil could join his boyfriend with 3 L's. So that's always possible. So that's to look out for. So match day 5, some big games. Kushtia versus CTG will be interesting because Kushtia have been in a losing streak as of late. And Chutias have just won their game. What's interesting about this, I'll tell you. Chutias won their game against Dhaka. Kushtia lost their game against Dhaka in their most recent games, respectively. So that's quite interesting. They're gonna...
I will say, though, they both lost against Brahmanbaria the game before.
What a pattern we have here. So, they're gonna face each other now. And I think if Chutias win, it's spice. It's spice for...
It will definitely add spice. If Chutias, it's close to a must-win game for them at that point, just to make things comfortable for themselves. Whereas for the Kankeys, they went off to a great start. 2 W's in a row and then 2 L's. That's where they are struggling a little bit against the two of us, actually, is who Bashar has gotten his 2 L's from. If he continues this trend of not doing well, maybe in the next auction, we might need his father to take his place as the chief selector of this team.
Bring in some external help here. But I'd say, not to sound too cocky, I don't want to jinx it, but if Dhaka win against the Nuts, I think fourth place is really gonna heat up. Because that's really gonna heat up.
I think it's the other way around, actually. If the Nuts beat Dhaka, that's when it makes things even more spicy.
No. Obviously that's true. Obviously that's true. But I'm saying in a positive light for my team. That is. So I'm talking about fourth. Obviously because Dhaka is in third. If he loses more spice.
I think Brahmanbaria and Tangail, I might have to swallow my own words later on, but I think these two teams have gotten through. It's obviously possible to not qualify with 6 points, but 6 points you know that okay, we have a chance now of going through, and we most likely should be going
That's
through.
true, because one thing I'd like to say, Dhaka has already had their bye, so that's a good situation. Chutias I think also have had their bye, if I'm not wrong. Yes, it was
Yes, they have.
the last match day.
Yes, they have.
So the only right here in the mixer, the team that hasn't had the bye is
Brahmanbaria, Tangail, and Kushtia.
Yeah.
The three who have played 4 games.
Yeah, exactly. So Kushtia, they're gonna have a bye next match day after this one. This is match day 5, so match day 6 is where they have the bye. So they really need to win that game, and it's the same for Chutias as well. Even though they've had their bye, they've lost one extra. I mean, like if they're gonna lose one extra if they lose the next one. So it's tight. It's tight. We don't know where it's gonna go, right?
Well, obviously, take a look at that. Player of the series, 55 million. Moeen Ali at the top. Raheem Cornwall is up there as well, trying to make his way up. They're the 2 top wicket takers of this side. 7 wickets apiece. So they've been brilliant. And Moeen has been chipping in with the bat as well, which
True.
I think is the reason he's a bit higher up than Cornwall. And Matthew Wade, take a look at that. 7 catches for Matthew Wade with the 2 stumpings today. Could have made it 8 catches.
It was a dolly he missed, didn't he? So it's always there. But yeah, no, very good. Very good. It's heating up. It's very heating up. We're at the halfway point in the group stages, aren't we? We've just passed it, I think. But
match day 4 should be, yes. We've passed the halfway stage.
We've passed the halfway stage in the group stages. So wow,
yes.
It goes by quick, doesn't it? So so yeah, so a lot to look forward to. So we're just gonna look at the other group real quick, because the L Derby is yet to be had. Oh, wait, not competition designer. Apologies. There we go. So this one, we're gonna look at it. So this is, I'd say, more tightly contested, considering second, third, and fourth are on 2 wins.
Yeah, especially if you consider that after the game between Jokers and the Crazies, we're either going to have Jokers climbing to 2 points or Crazies jumping to 4 points, which will make either way, it's going to be very, very close with both of those happening. So there's a lot to come in this group. I think it's probably the closer group at the moment.
That's true.
Stallions looking quite confident up top, minus that 1 L against his Uttara friend, Crazy Kurigram.
Yes, Stallions, that was also a controversial loss, because they're like, that was the chasing team glitch, quote unquote. And then Stallions made the comment, Abrar, look at the table, drink it in, after they climbed to the top.
The change came about. I also have to say, the DOHS Destroyers coming off, and the Silet Sexies, both of them starting with 2 wins before losing their 3rd game. I believe the DOHS have a bye right now, but Silet, we still have Silet's game.
Yeah. No, Silet's done. Silet's done. They lost to
That's
Stallion.
done for this time. Okay, right. Yes, they lost this then. Yes. Whereas, yeah, the Naughties also looking decent. They had a decent win in the last game against the Cox. Cox also have a win in hand. So this group is
it's heating up. It's heating up. And Cox are gonna face Crazy Kurigram the next match day. So this game performance is gonna be key to see where that goes. So a lot to look forward to. A lot to look forward to. Stokes, even if you compare it with the other group, he's still behind on player of the series. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited for the things to come. So I think we're gonna end the stream here, considering we don't really have much to do now. No games are happening.
Yes. Absolutely. But I guess I'll pull off the line then, Sam, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, no worries. It's been a pleasure having you. Hopefully, once you're back in your own house, you're going to be here in full energy.
But I guess until next time, it's good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever in the world you are.
I will catch you in the next